Welcome to Job Tips, the career development channel. In this video, salary negotiations, you don't want to miss it. Coming up. Okay, so you've had a great interview. It's going very, very well. Well beyond what you expected. And now they're talking about possibly offering you the job. And they start talking about salary. There are a few questions, there are about 4 questions or 4 situations I want you to be aware of and sort of how to respond to them in the salary negotiations portion of it. First off, you may ask, is salary even negotiable? Everything is negotiable. Oftentimes when a salary is being talked about, the hiring managers have a range within which they can offer you a salary. And most of the time they'll start off on the low range, okay? On the low side, not the high side. Because they know that they expect that there's going to be some negotiation, okay? And if you are really the one that they really want, they'll probably go somewhere in the middle of that, but they're willing to bump up a little bit. So try not to be inclined to say, oh yes, I'll take it, because you've just left money on the table, quite probably. So here are a few tips to kind of get you started in salary negotiations. If they should ask you, what are your salary requirements? Bring the question back to them and ask them what the normal salary range is for that position within the company. Here's why. Let's say the salary range is $50,000 to $75,000. And you're thinking, you know, I'll take $45,000. You got it. All right? But if it's between 50 or 75 or maybe 75 and 100 or some other number, you can leave so much money on the table. It's actually kind of silly. If they ask you how much did you earn on the last job, well, then you can tell the interviewer that you prefer learning more about the position before discussing that kind of historical information. Keep the conversation going outside of salary numbers just yet until they give you more information about the job. And it really kind of doesn't matter, you know, how much information they've already told you about, what kind of conversations you've already had about that position. This just helps you gain even more knowledge, more information, and let them know that, you know what, you'll be happy to discuss compensation at that later point once you're confident that you're able to reach a mutual sort of agreement on salary. Here's a good one. If you're told the salary range is between $50,000 and $100,000, and then they say, is that kind of what you were thinking? You come back with a salary range that's closer to the high end to above that end. In other words, you may say, well, I was thinking more on the lines of 75 to 125, so that your low is closer to their high. Okay? Here's why this benefits you. If they have that range, why not have them start at $75,000 or $95,000? If the range was $50,000 to $100,000 or $75,000 to $100,000, you say, well, I was thinking more of 1 to 125, right? The ball is now more in your court, and they have more of a sense that, okay, we better not keep lowballing this guy or gal. Maybe you're the one that they really want. They'll do what they can to get you. Okay, so you want to keep that negotiation in your favor that way. This next one, some folks are not comfortable with doing, but it does work for the right people in the right time. If they give you a salary, no matter what the number is, try not to look either excited or disappointed. Just kind of look up a little bit as if you're thinking about it. I say up, but just kind of, you know, make a position like you're kind of thinking about it and be silent. Because what that does, if done properly, and it does take a certain type of person to pull this off, so it doesn't work for everyone, believe me, but it does work if you're the right person to do this. The silence gives them time to come back with maybe a higher number. Because without you saying that that's not an acceptable number, that's kind of the vibe that they're going to be getting when you do that, okay? Gives them opportunity to come back with maybe a little bit more. And if it doesn't, after your little pause, you can kind of go back to what I mentioned before as far as a salary range being from here to here, and you come back with, you were expecting it to be from here to here. Your low end is their high end kind of thing like we talked about a few moments ago. So I hope those tips have benefited you. Let me know in the comments below if you've had situations where you've been in salary negotiations and you knocked it out of the park, or you gave a response that was really kind of detrimental to you as well. I also would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to be notified of all new videos that come out. For now, for job tips, I hope you get that job, that career, and that salary that you want to have.